In today's episode, we'll show you a super quick acrylic extension using Upper Forms.
Hi, my name is Connie, and this is a channel dedicated to the art of nail styling. Today, we'll show you how to do a nail extension on Upper Forms using acrylic powder.
The products and tools used in today's episode are a wooden stick, a 100 to 180 grip buffer, cleaner number 1, Indigo Cuticle number 9 bit, a ball cuticle bit, Upper Forms, a primer, acrylic powder cover 5 in Bling Bling, Indigo Vlada Boule acrylic brush number 9, nail liquid, a nail file, a cupcake brush, wet look, and sheer super shine effect cleaner.
We've searched all over YouTube looking for acrylic powder on Upper Forms. It looks like a very neglected subject, so we invite you to our first ever episode on how to extend nails in less than 20 minutes. That's right, acrylic powder on Upper Forms. The time starts now.
We push the cuticles up with the wooden stick, then mat the nail surface with a 180 grip buffer. We work without applying any pressure across the entire plate. There is some old product residue on the nails which we remove with a nail file. We'll be working with acrylic, so the nail plate has to be immaculate. If we're not sure that it is, we reach for cleaner number 1 and wipe the surface. Areas where the natural nail plate is completely bare will become dry, and any leftover product residue will be clearly visible. We even out the free edge of the nail, but don't shorten it to 0 so that during application the acrylic doesn't get stuck to the fingertip. Time to work on the cuticles. We're using the Indigo Cuticle number 9 bit in the shape of a truncated cone at 15 to 18,000 rotations per minute. We move it flat against the surface. The rounded edge of the bit is resting on the nail wall. We are not using any force. At the same time, we can gently remove any bumps and calluses visible on the sides. We switch to the ball-shaped bit, reduce the speed to 10,000 RPM, and smooth the skin out gently using very little pressure. We lift the cuticles up from the nail plate and cut them out evenly.
Please note, this method of cuticle removal will not suit every client. If we notice even the tiniest bit of redness, it's a sign that the nail wall is stretched and we can easily cause tissue damage. This is why it's so important to approach each client individually and adapt manicure techniques to a reference point, the state of our client's cuticles.
We thoroughly wipe the prepped nail with cleaner number 1. The next stage is matching the forms to the shape and size of the nail. It can't be too big or too small. An upper form has 2 arches, the inner and the outer. While choosing the form, we should pay attention to the inner one because it informs the amount of product that will fit inside the form. It may happen that the form looks too big from above, but the inside size is perfect. The rule that's worth following is choosing a form that is 1 or 2 sizes bigger than the natural nail plate. We move on to the primer and apply acid-free primer to the nail plate. We wipe one side of the brush off with a cotton pad and use the other side to coat the entire nail. To build the nails, we'll use the acrylic powder cover 5 in Bling Bling and nail liquid. We pick up some product using the acrylic brush number 9. We choose the desired nail length and begin applying the acrylic into the form. Every time we pick up another portion, we start from the desired nail length. We spread the acrylic to one side and the other. There must be enough of it on the side edges because sometimes when we take the form off, it turns out there's an edge missing or it's too thin. We add more product to the apex and spread it out. By the cuticles, the layer of acrylic should be super thin so that it doesn't leak out during application to the nail. We check that nothing is missing by the side edges and, if necessary, add more. We apply the same amount of product to the apex as we would need to create a nail on a classic paper form. We put the form to the side and apply a thin layer of acrylic to the nail plate to achieve better adhesion. We place the form at an angle and lower it down slowly until the form connects with the free edge of the natural nail. We make sure there are no gaps. We can flip that hand over and, if necessary, smooth out the product underneath. If it turns out there's not enough product somewhere, we add a bit more.
Okay, but how is it possible to do a full set, 10 nails in 20 minutes? Well, first of all, when working with acrylic, we lose the curing time, so holding the hand in the lamp. We don't use clips, etc. Work goes much faster. Second of all, when we are skilled in acrylic, we can use a fast monomer, which further speeds up the working time, binding the product faster. And finally, third of all, if we have a client whom we've worked with before and we know her form sizes already, we can prep everything in advance before her visit and have her come in for the final application of the forms to the nails. Easy? Easy. The impossible just became doable.
To take the form off, we tilt it slightly until we see an air bubble form underneath the surface. Then we gently rock the form sideways, and when the bubble covers the majority of the surface, we take it off. We need to file the area by the cuticles and the edges. The rest of the surface is so smooth that a buffer will suffice. The underside also looks perfect. We file the area by the cuticles and dust it off. We shorten the styling to the desired length, evening it out to match the rest of the nails. We file the edges, one side, then the other, and round the nail into an almond shape. We mat the surface with a nail file or a buffer and dust it off using the cupcake brush. To finish off, we secure the styling with wet look top coat. We cure it in the lamp for 30 to 60 seconds, wipe it off with sheer Super Shine Effect cleaner, and polish it with a dry pad.
Ta-da! The styling is ready. I've got nothing left but to encourage you to test out using acrylic powder with UPPER Forms. But be careful, this may be the end of your love affair with gel. Imagine that 15 years ago, almost everyone worked with acrylic powder. Everybody used it. Who knows, maybe these times will slowly creep back once we realize how much faster our work can get. Let us know in the comments below if you're tempted to try this method out. That's all we have for today, but remember, we're here every Wednesday. Let us know if you want more episodes with tips and tricks for working with acrylic powder. Bye.